So from this worksheet, week 11, we are working on the composition function. I told you we will have 3 different segments. I will show you how to figure out the composition of functions based on plots, based on tables, and then based on algebraic expressions. Let's start with this. How many functions do you see in the question number 1 statement? How many expressions do you see? One expression is f of x, and the other expression is g of x. So there are 2 functions, and we are trying to figure out between these 2 functions, f of x and g of x, how to combine, how to make the composition of functions using different values. Here we have first question number 1. G is the function towards the outer side, and f is a function which is the inside thing. We will always be working on the function which is inside. We will start with that. So solving algebraically, we need to solve first for f. And what do we mean by that? F of 2 need to be done first. F of 2 need to be done first. So let's solve it here. How will I solve it? Look at this. F of 2. What did I replace here? Instead of x, I brought in there a 2. That means here, wherever I will see an x, instead of an x in the function itself, also I will bring here a 2. Let's do it. So that will tell me 4 times 2, and then minus the 3. What will that be equal to? Here. So 5 is the value for what? F of 2?
Yes.
Let's think about it. F of 2, and that is then a 5. So this main thing that I'm trying to figure out, the question number 1, g of f of 2, now I can rewrite it like g of 5. G of 5. And what is the g of 5? To figure out that, I will simply solve by replacing the x with a 5. So I replace, wherever I see an x in the function of g, I replace that with a 5, and then I will solve it. What will that give me? 5 square plus 1. 26. Good. 5 square is it 25 plus 1 is it 26? That's how I will solve it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, looking at the next function, the question number 2, which function is inside? G is inside, so I will solve first the G. I will solve first the G, and then after that, the second function that I will solve is going to be the F. Make sense? I'm sure that you are capable enough to solve the G of 2 yourself. How would you do that? You will first bring in here the G of 2, put down the function. Also, not here. I should put that in the question area here. Okay. So G of 2 is 2 square plus 1. Agree? And what's that going to be? That's going to be a 5 here. So although the 5 is same, but your final result will not be same, because now what we are solving f of 5, not g of 5. Make sense? Here in the first question, we ended up with the g of 5, and we use the function g to simplify it. Now we have, because f of 5, so I will use the function f and substitute everywhere a 5 wherever I see an x. And that's going to give me a 17. You can keep on going in the same way. For the next questions, I will just share with you how to do the question number 5. That looks slightly different because it's not just a number, we have an A here. Okay? I do believe you can do the question number 3, but let me give you a hint here. Everyone, you can use your journals also. Here, you see it's mentioned differently. There's a small circle between f of g. It's not fog, f of g. It's the same thing, nothing different. You can also think about it as the same thing as you had earlier, f of g of a3. Okay. Same thing that you saw there. Another way of writing the same thing, you'll be able to solve it. I trust you for that. I will take you to the question number 5, and I will solve that question number 5 over here. What was the g of x? Whatever was the g of x, there is something that I'm now going to bring over here. Where will I bring it? Here. You see on the top, g of x was x squared plus 1. So everywhere where I will see an x, I will replace that with a 2a. Let's do it. So this g of 2a, I will solve it first. And how will I do that? Wherever g of 2a, wherever I will find an x, in place of x, what will I put there? 2a. So 2a square plus 1. 2a square plus 1. That's what I will put over here. 2a square plus 1. I brought in here the 2a, replacing the x. And what will that be equal to? That will be a 4a square plus 1. What is that equal to? Plus 1. Yeah, because of this. You see, 2a square is going to be a 4a square and then plus 1 as it is. I cannot do anything further to that. But this is my g of 2a. Now I need to bring in that f also. So how will I write that? Now I will bring it in. F of g of 2a is going to be equal to what? 4 times 4a square plus 1 minus 3. Where do I get that from? The other equation, you see, good one over here. The f of x was 4 times x minus 3. So wherever I had the x, that got replaced with this g of 2a. Let's try to highlight it with another color. I will try to use this. Wherever I had then an x, that got replaced with the g of 2a. And what was the value of g of 2a? This was the value of g of 2a. X got replaced with that. Now, I'm sure you can simplify this one. Can you? How will this be simplified? Distribution. We have a 4 here, which will be distributed on both of these numbers. 4 times 4a square is a 16a square plus 4, because 4 times 1 is going to be a 4, and then minus 3. So what will that give me? A 16a square plus 1. That's the answer. That's how you can solve the composition of functions when you have algebraic expressions. Where did I get that 1 from? 4 times 1 is a 4, and then removing the parentheses, 4 minus 3 will be a 1. Simplifying it. I'm leaving some steps for you. I know you can do that. Even if it's taking a little bit of time, you can solve it on your journal. You will be able to find the same answer. Now, this is something which is algebraic expressions. I will leave this question on you. Same thing, similar thing, nothing different. You can use the Desmos also to solve the expressions. What I will explain now, and this is really easy. This one is really easy. What are we supposed to do here? Each of these using tables. What am I going to use now? The tables to figure out each and everything. Ready? Second step. The second type of composition of functions that we're going to cover today is using tables. Expressions, done. Now the tables, but we will again see the same thing. What do we have here? We have here inside function in question number 11. We need to find first m of 5. The inside function will be solved first. Then I will see what is the h for that. Second thing, I will check it in the table of h. Initially, we solved the expressions. Now we will solve the tables. So, can you tell me, based on the table of m, where is the table of m? Here, this table is telling me each and every value for different values of x, what will be the m of x. So, what will be the m of 5? Why am I looking for 5? Because this is something that I'm trying to solve here. 5. M of 5 is -1. Good. So that's what I'm going to use now. -1. M of 5 is -1. That means I need to now figure out what is h of -1. And what will that be? H of -1, I will see it here. That's going to be 4. A 4. So h of -1 is going to be a 4. That's what is my final result.
Okay.
That's it. Easy. Same way, you can solve the rest. I will solve one of these for you. Which one? 13th?
13. Okay, so basically for this, you're solving the inside and taking the answer from the inside of the parentheses and using it to solve the outside.
Exactly. That's how it will always be working. And this is another way of writing down the same thing. Instead of using the parentheses twice, it's saying h of m. This is not home. It's h and then a small circle, which is telling me actually this is going to be h of m of 2. So you do know what's the m of 2? What is that?
6.
M of 2 is 6. So that's what you will pick first. And then you will search for the other table. Do we have the 6 in other table? No. But I can definitely give you some hints. Do you see the pattern? -1? You're almost thinking on the right lines. But what I will do, I will try to complete the table. We have a 4 there, we have a 5 there, and then there will be a 6. The pattern tells me it's getting down by 1 every single time. So this one is a -1, -2. It will end up at -3. Make sense? So what will be my h of m of 2? Exactly. That's going to be -3. All good? So extend these rows in your tables also. 4, 5, 6. What will you put over here? 4, 5, 6. And then -1, -2, -3. Extend it. And then you will see that this should be equal to a -3. All good? All right. Is it difficult? Good. So then I will leave you the next tables for you to solve it. And I will, for the last type of composition function that we will work on, I will explain you how to work on the same things whenever you are given the functions in terms of graphs. Yes, Sasat. So, okay. So, have a good answer, everyone. The graph. Same thing, nothing different. I'm not going to change the main concept. Just the difference is in either you will use the expressions or the table or the graph itself to find the value of f and g for any given function. So question number 17, what do you think? What's inside? F of 0 is a thing that we will try to figure out first. And then what is the second function that I will need to think about? The g. That's how I will go for the first one. So first thing, f of 0. Can you tell me what's the f at 0? What is the f at 0? 2, exactly. Where are we looking at? We're looking at f at 0. Stay attentive. At 0, f is at 2. So I will put a dot there. This dot is going to help me see that's where the f of 2 is. Sorry, f of 0 is at 0, f is at 2. I can also mention it here, like at this point tells me that f of 0 is equal to 2. Now, what does that mean? That means I need to now figure out what is the g of 2. Where will I look for that? In the g plot, g of 2. And where will I see the 2 there? The 2 is in the plot of g over here. That is the 2, and exactly, you're right, you got it, huh? That means it's easy, huh? Good job. So this is the 4 here, f2, it's the 4. So what we will mention here, we will claim g of 2 is a 4. You're right? G of 2 is a 4, and that's my answer, and we are done. You can complete the rest of the stuff yourself. Second one, you have first the f of 4. So what's the f of 4? A 4. Then you will search the 4 there, and that's a 2. Got it? Okay, I will stop the recording now, and this will be available for you to look at later.